Novak Djokovic's court hearing to fight deportation is continuing in Melbourne after the judge presiding over the case ordered the star to be taken from his detention hotel to a location where he can watch the proceedings. Live now to Sky News reporter Joel Philp, who is out the front of court. Joel, what's the latest?
Kenny, the court proceedings were due to start at 3:45, so really just a few moments ago, 15 or so minutes ago, they were delayed, possibly because lawyers for the Home Affairs Department wanted more time to consider the arguments made by Novak Djokovic's legal team. Now, it seems likely at this point it could run perhaps into the afternoon or evening, and we may not get a decision on this situation tonight. Time will tell at this stage, but there is a lot of people out the front here, including police, the media and his Serbian supporters. So next, the Home Affairs Department will attempt to argue that his visa cancellation was in fact valid and that the ATAGI guidelines were clear that it wasn't a relevant medical exemption that Novak Djokovic could have taken when he entered the country. Earlier today in the court, there was a transcript read of the moment that Novak Djokovic entered and spoke to border officials, in which he made it clear that he has not had a COVID-19 vaccination, which he has never said publicly before. We also learned today that he's able to view the hearing not from inside the detention facility where he's staying, but at a location that his lawyer has chosen. So there's a very heavy police presence outside of that hotel, and a lot of vans moving in and out of the underground car park, which caught the attention of everyone there. So it's possible that he could have been relocated for these hearings. Meanwhile, here at the courthouse, the Serbian community has been dancing and singing to traditional Serbian songs throughout the day. They're pretty positive at this stage. Take a listen to what they had to say.
Everything what's happened to him, it's not reason. He is tennis player. He is here to play tennis, not for politics or something else.
For everything he's done for Serbia and everyone else around the world in terms of donations and charities, it's the least we can do for him.
Well, he should win. I mean, he's done nothing wrong. He's being treated like a criminal, like a terrorist. What's the man done?
Tennis rackets and ball, that's not just weapon, that's Djokovic weapon. He's the best on a court. Rod Lava Arena. He's not supposed to be over here, my friend.
I hope it will be very good for everyone. They will find some compromise. And we are all hoping that we will see our favorite tennis player, number one.
And Joel, Tennis Australia boss Craig Tiley has broken his silence in a series of interviews with the media. What has he had to say?
That's right, Kenny. In the days prior to these interviews, Craig Tiley vowed to tell all once these court proceedings were done. He's now given interviews to the media in which he has revealed that he couldn't get clarity from the federal government around asking about specific exemptions for players taking part in the Australian Open, and that he was confused, along with the organisation, about conflicting information between the Victorian government and the federal government. The Prime Minister has been quizzed about this one again today. Take a listen.
Well, the matter is before the court, so I'm not going to be making any comment on the matter before the court, and in relation to any other action the government may undertake. I mean, that's purely a matter before the courts at the moment. But in relation to the government, our government, the federal government's advice to Tennis Australia, that was set out very clearly in November. As I read the extract from this very podium, it could not have been more clear.
Kenny, we've heard from politicians and lawyers, but of course this all comes down to the decision that the judge will make during the proceedings. Earlier today, he said, given everything that Novak Djokovic had brought with him to Australia and to that interview with the border officials, he cannot imagine what more the number one world's tennis player could have done. Of course, we'll hear more remarks as the Home Affairs Department gets underway with their legal argument today, but indeed this could take some time still. Kenny?